Shalom and welcome to Israeli Salad. This week we'll see how one father is honoring the memory of his daughter through a horse riding ranch. We'll visit the ancient synagogue of the Ramchal, check out the field of snow and skiing in Israel, and of course, speak to Rabbi Samson. Let's get started. Earlier this week, I visited Dr. Tal Orbach's horse riding ranch. I met a very special person who unfortunately lost a very special daughter. The horse ranch at the entrance to the town of Chagor was actually created as a monument in memory of Noah Orbach. Noah, of blessed memory, was killed on her way from school by an Arab terrorist who opened fire at a group of innocent civilians in the city of Kfar Saba. The murderous bullets killed Noah and wounded 14 other people. Dr. Tal Orbach, Noah's father, told me about Noah, a girl who was full of life and love.
Every Friday evening, Noah had a Kabbalat Shabbat ceremony that she organized at an old age home, and she would come and play on the piano. You would see nearly 400 people, some of them on wheelchairs and beds, singing together with Noah songs of the lands of Israel. There's no more beautiful sight than that.
Dr. Tal Orbach had a very hard time coping with the loss of his daughter. Dr. Tal initially even bought himself a cemetery plot, as he was feeling that he had no reason or strength to continue living. But then, Dr. Tal decided to emulate Noah's personality, and like she would have done, he decided to help others. Noah's loves were music and horse riding, and Dr. Tal founded the Horse Riding Ranch in conjunction with the Association for Victims of Terror in memory of Noah.
I founded this ranch so I can give whatever I can, emotionally and physically, to the victims of terror.
All family members of victims of terror can use the ranch's facilities for free. Dr. Tal's association also attempts to help the families in other ways as well. He helps minimize the cost of medical treatments for family members, and he is also involved in helping fund memorial activities and organizing activities for the family members of victims of terror. The horseback riding facilities can also be used cheaply by the general public. Horseback riding can be used not only for pleasure. It is believed that for many reasons, horse riding can be extremely therapeutic.
Sometimes when a kid is sad or something, when he has like a horse, you can brush a horse and put a saddle on and take care of that horse, so you keep yourself busy, and something like that can make you very happy.
I think that since they come here to ride the horses, they have much more confidence in themselves.
That girl over there on the horse, probably 4 years old, when she rides on this big animal, it obviously helps by building self-esteem and improving coordination and discipline.
They clean the horses and they wash them and they sweep the floor, and they're very happy to be busy with the horses.
It's a real animal. It's not like riding on a bike. It's alive, like a human being. You have to connect to the horse to know how to ride on it.
One of Dr. Tal Orbach's dreams is to found a world center for terror victims.
They didn't merely die from a sickness or an accident. Of course, also in those cases, the bereavement is great. But to send a girl to school and have her killed in the afternoon, that's absolutely not a normal situation.
Dr. Tal's activities in memory of his daughter have uplifted him. There's a very special feeling shared by Dr. Tal and the visitors to his unique horseback riding ranch.
The atmosphere here is special. Once you enter the ranch, you feel like you're in a different world. And that's Noah. Noah was a fascinating girl.
And what's more special, it's Tal. He's an amazing person and have all the good intentions in the world. It's a very special way to remember someone who was killed, especially in that horrible way, because it's working with kids, and it's a subject that touches a lot of people all over the world. And I think that he's doing help as well as as a memory of his own daughter.
Noah is alive and existing here in this ranch. Noah lives forever. She's happy. She is near God, near His holy throne. We're here to stay. We will continue. Even though you killed a person who loves these things, we will continue and we will even teach more children. They will not stop the life in Israel. They killed one girl who loved horses, and now thanks to her, many children are riding horses. As it says, the eternal existence of the people of Israel will not lie. We are here to stay. We gave birth to children here, and we even have grandchildren here. We must forge ahead.
Now let's visit the Ramchal's synagogue in Akko. The Ramchal, Rabbi Moshe Chaim Luzzatto, is best known for his book Mesilat Yesharim, Path of the Just. The Ramchal's books revolve around the theme of God's divine control of the universe. His synagogue was the biggest of the two synagogues which served the Jewish community of Akko. In 1758, the Bedouin ruler of Akko, Daher el-Omar, took over the synagogue and built the El Mulak Mosque on top of it. In recent years, the synagogue, which is located in the middle of the Arab city of Akko, was renovated and opened to the public. Gabi Newman visited Akko and brought us these pictures.
You are watching Israel National News TV.
Okay, now before we check if Israelis can ski, let's visit the one and only skiing mountain in Israel, Mount Hermon. On the line with me now is Judy Herbstein from Neve Ativ. Shalom, Judy.
Shalom.
First of all, where's the town of Neve Ativ located?
Neve Ativ is close by to Mount Hermon in the north of Israel, on the Golan Heights.
Tell me, how's the weather there today?
Very, very stormy outside. It's raining in Neve Ativ and snowing on the Hermon. Heavy fog.
So tell us a bit about the ski season on the Hermon.
The ski season is usually it's about 3 months long. Starts in January, ends at the end of March. Sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. This year it started earlier. It started, I think it was early December that we had our first snowstorm. And we're hoping that it will go on for as long as possible.
I understand that the Hermon doesn't have snow all the time. How does it look throughout the year?
Well, during the winter it's covered with snow. During the summer it's actually a very interesting place for tours. Very interesting growth as far as the flowers and plants, animal life, interesting birds. And we also take our visitors on tours to see the different wars that went on in Israel on the Hermon.
The Hermon is also known as Ha'inaim Shel HaMedina, the eyes of Israel. Why is that?
Because it's the highest point in Israel, and that's why we're the only people that have snow for long periods of time. And from it you can really view Israel, Lebanon, Syria, from all sorts of different directions.
Judy Herbstein from Neve Ativ, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, now let's visit another skiing site. Yes, another skiing site in Israel, which is only 20 minutes away from our Petach Tikva studios. In the city of Cholon, not far from Tel Aviv, is the Skimulator facility. Israelis from throughout the country come to practice and learn how to ski on this giant treadmill.
We teach the people to learn to ski or snowboarding.
Well, I'm practicing actually to learn ski. I don't know if I'm going to ski in reality.
I'm taking a lesson, ski lesson. Hopefully I will be able to do some ski someday in the future. That's my third lesson.
We called it, we bring the mountain to the home of the skier.
In honor of my bar mitzvah, my father is taking me for a 2-day ski trip to the Hermon, so we came here to practice.
The trainers at the Skimulator teach everything you need to know to become a professional skier, from basic moves to the complex maneuvers. In many cases, the trainees are preparing vacations abroad. Exercising specifically for skiing can be done only at places like the Skimulator.
Actually, there's no gym or stuff like that that can bring you the muscles to do it. That's why the Skimulator give you all the muscle, because it's the exact same way as you ski in the snow.
So with one ski mountain that is not active throughout the whole year, what makes an Israeli want to ski?
You always want whatever you don't have, okay? So my dream is to be in the land of snow and the winter time and this feeling of below 0 centigrades. And okay, that's what I don't have. That's what I want.
In addition to teaching skiing, The Cholon Skimulator staff are involved in a special project allowing the disabled to ski. Maori Alon became disabled as a result of a parachute accident nearly 10 years ago. After his injury, Maori learned to ski but was injured while skiing on one of the ski hills outside Israel. But he hasn't given up, and he is already planning his next ski vacation.
I decided that this year I'd come prepared for my ski vacation, so I contacted the Skimulator.
But Maori Alon and the Skimulator staff are not only working on improving Maori's capabilities, they're putting together a program that could potentially help many disabled people.
We're now developing a method that would allow disabled people to ski here on the Skimulator by using the monoski, which is a device that is designed for the disabled.
The Skimulator team strives to give the disabled the knowledge and capabilities to ski with the monoski on real snow-covered hills. To achieve this, the team must work hard without giving up.
They put in many hours of work, many hours of guidance and instruction to find the right method so that disabled people will be able to ski here like any person who skis on 2 feet.
So that's all from now from the Skimulator in Cholon. We'll be back in the studio right after this. You're far away from Israel, but did you know you could enter an Israeli mall? Israel NN Mall is the source for wonderful Israeli and Jewish gifts on the web. So check out our site at israelnnmall.com. And now, our weekly insight. As part of the morning prayers, the Kohanim, who in ancient times served in the tabernacle and then after in the Holy Temple, blessed the participants of the prayer service. Outside of Israel, Birkat Kohanim, the blessing of the Kohanim, takes place only on Jewish holidays. We are now joined by Rabbi Samson from Jerusalem. So, what's Birkat Kohanim all about?
Well, first of all, it should be clear that it's not only a custom that the priests bless the people, but it's one of the basic precepts. It's one of the 613 that the priests are commanded to bless the Jewish people, and it's also a precept to be blessed by the priests. And the priests, when they bless the Jewish people, it's interesting, they don't only bless their own community. So if there are 10 people who happen to be in the synagogue who are becoming blessed, the blessing does not affect only them, but the blessing falls upon the entire Jewish people. And this is a positive precept to bless and to be blessed by the priests. The idea of a blessing is something which is great. When you see the world only in its physical aspect, you really don't see, well, what's the value of a blessing? The more you enter the spiritual realm of the world, and you can understand that there's a whole world of speech and there's even a greater world of thought, then a person understands that what a person thinks matters, and it has input on the entire metaphysical world. And when a person blesses someone else, he has an output of 100% positive energy that has an effect immediately in the metaphysical world on not only the other person, but on the entire world.
It's custom that you should cover your eyes during the blessing. Sometimes a father covers himself and his children with his talit. Why not look at the Kohanim?
You know, it's one of the fond memories that I also cherish from my childhood. Outside of Israel, the blessing is done only on high holidays, and it would be a special thing to be under my father's talis, and he wouldn't let me peek. Maybe I'll say that I did peek as a child, and I really didn't see anything unusual after a couple times of peeking. I guess, well, it doesn't really matter. There's really nothing that special to see. The idea of not looking at the Kohanim as their blessing is because it's such an intense metaphysical transfer of energy. The Shekhinah, divine providence, is considered present. And as a result, it's not proper to look at the divine presence when he is manifest. And I guess those who are granted with the special sight of seeing the divine providence, I guess automatically cover and divert their eyes from what there is to see.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Samson.
The Weekly Insight is brought to you in cooperation with Machon Meir, the largest Zionist institute in Israel, bringing people closer to Judaism.
Okay, that's all for this week. Join us again next week for another edition of Israeli Salad. Until then, Shabbat Shalom and Shavua Tov. A great week to everyone.